introduction by saying that as a believer, and everyone that is born again, there is no area of our lives that is not covered by the will of God. There is nothing about our life that is not addressed by God. Every area of our life, no matter how insignificant, how small, how we may look at it to seem as inconsequential, every detail, every bit of our life is addressed by the will of God. And there is that which is the will of God concerning every single area of our lives, including money. And as we look at the will of God, I want to look at what Paul says in Romans chapter 12, verse 2. He gives us 3 characteristics about the will of God. That any of us that will actually come to the place where you are able to experience the will of God, there is only one conclusion you can have about the will of God. That number 1, it is good. That the will of God is pleasing. And the will of God is perfect. But Paul says before any of us can be able to actually come to a place where you can find the will of God, you can be able to know it is indeed good as an experience, not just knowledge. You can be able to know that it is indeed pleasing. It is indeed perfect. He says in Romans 12 from verse 1, the first thing that is important, that has to be done by a person who has to come to that place of experiencing the will of God, is a complete surrender of your life to God. It is a life that is first surrendered, and he says, offering your body, offering yourself to God as a living sacrifice. And the first thing that Paul points out that is necessary for us to be able to actually discover, uncover for ourselves, and experience the will of God, is to be able to be completely surrendered to God, without conditions and reservedly. It is until that happens that we actually begin to walk in that reality of the good, pleasing, and perfect will. But verse 2, he also says that we are not to be conformed to the patterns of this world, but we are to be transformed. And he says our transformation can only begin in the mind, by the renewing of our mind, if we are going to know the will of God. That we must learn to think God's way. We must learn to think God's way. We must begin to have values that are godly, priorities that are godly. And unless our thinking is renewed, unless our thinking is based on the biblical worldview, is shaped by the biblical patterns, it is not possible even the biblical teaching on money and debt to make sense in a generation that is so caught up in each of these as we are going to look at them. So Paul says in Romans chapter 12 that surrender is important. Every believer that desires to live the will of God, to walk the will of God, to experience the will of God, surrender. Surrender inamaanisha nimekubali kwamba I will want to do that which God wants me to do, and I am surrendered. I'm surrendered. It's not about my affections, not about what I think, it's not about what I want, it's not about how I feel, but it is about the will of God. And I am ready to receive truths that come from the Word of God and allow those truths to form my belief, allow those truths to form my understanding of everything that pertains to my life. And that is how we come to the place where we are able to clearly say, this is the will of God, and not just know it in the head, but also experience it. And we want to address this question this morning by asking ourselves, what is the will of God as far as our money is concerned? And what is the will of God for every believer as far as debt is also concerned? Today there are 3 things, there are so many, but there are 3 major things that actually inform and influence our relationship with money and our response to money. And I will say them and explain. One of them is the quest for materialism. The quest for materialism. We are living in a time when people have this urge, this to acquire and acquire and acquire. We are living in a time when people are just living to acquire and acquire and acquire more and more and more. Because materialism and the more I have speaks to us as if now that is the meaning of success. Kwa sababu tumegrow tukiambiwa soma kwa bidii upate kazi nzuri, upate job inakulipa pesa, and then you get what you want. So at the end, getting what I want is the mark of success. That is what we have been conditioned to believe. So the more I acquire, the more successful I believe I am, the more I feel I'm significant. So the quest for materialism is a reality in our time. And we are acquiring this. No sooner have you acquired a new phone, there is a new thing you want to acquire. No sooner have you acquired a new cloth, the latest And it is a cycle. It is a pattern that does not stop. You will never get enough. There is always one more to get. There is always one more to chase after. And one of the things that is actually informing our relationship with money is this quest for materialism. And it's very real. It's very real. We want to have what somebody has. We want to be like everybody else. And there is that. The second one is instant gratification. We are living in a time when people want instant gratification. We want things now. Ni sasa ama ni sasa hivi. So we want things right now. And we are losing the art of saving. We are losing the art of patience. We cannot be able to wait. We want things to happen overnight. Instant gratification. A culture is shaped by the things that we do consistently. The things that we do, the small things that we do repeatedly over time. Those are the things that shape our culture. I want to give you an example. Unakumbuka ukikuwa primary school, what used to happen, mwalimu akiingia class, nyote tu mnaamka, good morning sir. How are you sir? Sit down, thank you sir. Huyo atoke mwingine akuje, that was the daily routine. Ukitaka kwenda choo, excuse me madam, may I go to the toilet? Yes, you can go. Thank you, madam. That was the culture. So hata ukikuwa nyumbani ama ukikuwa field ama ukikuwa kwa field umelala, mwalimu apita, unapata tu umesimama. Akipita unakaa chini. Because the culture has been shaped. Hata kwa matatu ukiona mtu unapata tu umesimama. It's a culture. Ukafika form 1 wiki ya kwanza bado wewe tu mzima unasimama. Wakakwambia wewe tuliza, you are now a grown up. Sit down. So kitu kakwambia nimefika. Sasa hapo ndio unapata watu wajamaa na kujiana ngumi na walimu because sasa now I am a grown up. It's a culture. Now we are living in a time when the culture is actually teaching us to expect things instantly. Hii ndio generation ya pesa papa. Sasa mpaka Oppo wametoa phone yenye ina charge in 5 minutes. You don't have to wait. Kuna noodles, unaweza nunua food na 5 minutes. Nani hapo na time ya kuchoka viazi? We want quick things. Before that happened, ulikuwa ukitaka pesa unaenda bank unapanga laini mrefu. Laini imejikunja mara mbili ndio ifike huko. Mse mmoja akisonga unasonga mbele. Those things used to teach us patience. ATMs came, now you don't even need to go to an ATM. You have your phone. You can actually get money, pay bills at the comfort of your sitting room. You don't even have to go shop. Goods are delivered at the doorstep. The culture is teaching us to expect things hivi, mbio. Hatutaki vitu za kudelay. And the need for instant gratification is actually telling us, acquire now, pay later. Acquire now, suffer later. Enjoy now. So we don't think long term. We think now. We are people who are living for now. And some of us are not considering consequences, the long-term effects of some of our decisions. And this cuts across even more than money to other choices that we make. And thirdly, the other thing that we are going to look at that actually affect our response to money is the search for identity. The search for identity. And believers, unless our identity is founded in Christ Jesus, unless Christ defines who you are, your definition of who you are will be defined by what you have, what you possess, where you go, very many other things that will circulate around money. So that when you have no money, your identity is shaken. But unless our identity is so affirmed in Christ Jesus that it is not changed by what I wear, what I possess, where I go, what I miss. So we are finding more and more believers even in the church having their identity formed by the phone that you have, the shoes that you have, and we are looking for identity in the wrong things. And these are things that are actually part of our culture, the major 3 things that you are going to see are actually bringing this chase for money. So for example, there is a quest for materialism, there is need for instant gratification, very few of us can wait, and there is the search for identity that is actually worked around this whole issue. Unapata sahi we have even people in the church who do not care how they get money as long as they get money. So we are after money because all these things need money. We will look for money and we will look for it by any means. Haijalishi kama tunakanyaga watu, haijalishi kama tunadanganya, haijalishi kama ni njia ya mkato. And the problem is, even believers can do that without feeling anything, without being condemned. You basically do it We feel nothing. And we want to especially challenge and look at ourselves and reflect and awareness of some of these patterns that are happening around us. There are people who are saying Kenya is becoming a gambling nation. But the truth is that Kenya is already a gambling nation. Kenya is already a gambling nation. Sasa tunaambiwa gambling activities ikitolewa Kenya, this GDP, the economy of this country can grow even up to 2%. 3% figure. That is a huge growth. That is a huge growth. Because there is a lot of money that is circulating in the society today where people are receiving without working. And we have over 20 sport betting companies in Kenya, SportPesa being the leading. This is a company, ninakumbuka CEO wakihojiwa 3 years after the formation. They started in 2014. 3 years alikuwa anahojiwa, anaulizwa, by the way, what are some of the challenges you are experiencing? Akasema challenge moja kubwa yenye tuna experience is that our systems are almost collapsing. There are so many people that are feeding into our servers and our system. It's almost collapsing. Hiyo ndio challenge major yenye alikuwa na face. This professor alone is making over $1 billion per month. A lot of money. Billion sio pesa kidogo. Wewe nikikupatia sasa 1 billion. 1 billion. Nikwambie uspend 1 million every month. At the end of the year utakuwa umemaliza 12 million. It will take you 83 years to finish 1 billion, spending $1 million per month. This is not small money. They are making over $1 billion a month. Kenyans' money. People who are working hard, people who are sweating. I met a driver in Kisii in a conference I had gone to preach. Na akasema mimi kitu nimeshika, I am an addict. Huyu ni mzee ako na familia, anafanya kazi kwa bidii, anapata pesa yake, ikifika jioni anasema hata familia inaweza lala njaa lakini amebet. Tumefika hapo. Nikakaa chini na yeye kupitia simu for over 6 months. He has bet more than 12,000 shillings. Unajua anapeana kidogo kidogo haoni, but when hata yeye anashtuka. Na yeye amepata haifiki hata 3,000. Hata kitu tunamwambia tu. Endelea. And we have young men that are working hard. We have people that are investing. But it is appealing and it is. Nimekutana juzi na kijana I went to a supermarket. Kijana ninamwangalia amevaa slippers hazifanani. Shati kujui imeraruka yote, anaweka M-Pesa 800 na yote inaenda betting. He can't even develop himself. And it is wasting our youths. Masaiba sasa ukienda biashara iko saiba sasa ni betting. And they are even opening shops. So this is one of the, and it's now even in the church. And we need to actually critique some of this. Look at SportPesa. If you want to know, these people are actually fleecing a lot of you. Look at some of their sponsorship. In Kenya, they are sponsoring Gor Mahia with 200 million. They are sponsoring AFC with 45 million. They are sponsoring Kenya Premier League with 450 million. They are sponsoring Kenya Rugby Union with more than 600 million. Outside Kenya, they are sponsoring Everton with more than 1 billion shillings a year. Mpaka mkubwa wa Everton akasema that this is the biggest commercial partnership we have ever had in our history. A Kenyan company. This is their biggest. This is their biggest. But look at the fruits of gambling in Kenya. Look at the fruits. Every month we have reports of at least 2 or 3 young men when you're mature, people are dying. And you ask yourself, if 2 or 3 are reported, because nafika kwa media, how many more are dying and we are not even coming to hear about them? Here in Kenyatta University, we had a case in not long ago. A student here, and some of you know the story, amepatiwa fee 80,000 shillings. Na kulikuwa na game ya Germany na Italy. This is the Euro quarter finals. Jamaa akaweka 40 kwa Germany, 40 kwa Italy na zika draw. And the guy killed himself. The guy died. Kabianga University, another young man killed himself. Yani it's so addictive inafika kwa akili. And some of these killings, I don't think they are just normal. Kabianga University, the same, 20,000 amekiwa. Maseno, we have even students who are out of school today because of their fee. Imeenda gambling. We have broken families. We have businesses that are collapsing. We have people that are cursing. It is not too much for me to tell us that this is blood money. These are people who are sweating, working hard, being fleeced, and then some of us are working hard to receive this. It's not too much to say it's blood money. I remember a young man hapa Nyamira County ameshinda 120 amenunua motorbike. By the time anaangalia wenzake motorbike anaendesha kwa barabara, anakutana na lorry head on, dies on the spot. The same here in Eldoret. Jamaa amenunua Probox. And we are told, Probox, he died in that Probox, barely a week. We are told 90% of people who even win these jackpots end up more poor than they used to be before. And when you want to judge something biblically, number one, look at its fruit. Look at its fruit. If this is the fruit you are seeing out of this, these are some of the things we need to really look clearly, because God is calling us to not only be vigilant, but sensitive. The fact, I'm not disputing the fact that some of us are making money out of this. One of the things we want to question is, how do we make our money? Are we convinced this is a godly means to reward? Because these are some of the things that are overtaking. The Bible tells us in 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10, that for the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. Not just 1, 2, or 3, all kinds of evil. It begins with the love of money. Some people eager for money have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. When we look at Proverbs 10, verse 22, when it speaks about the blessings of God, the Bible says that the blessing of the Lord makes a person rich, and he adds no sorrow to it. He adds no sorrow to it. Mungu akikubariki, baraka zake hazikujingi na hizi sorrows. You look at the fruit. Kuna siku the CEO wa SportPesa alikuwa anahojiwa KTN by Betty Kialo. Na anaulizwa, when you look at these murders, these broken homes, this hopelessness you're causing to society, these addictions, these cycles of young men that are idle on our streets today, gambling every coin they have. What do you feel God thinks about this? Kariuki akamwambia, what has God got to do with this? Mungu hana biashara na hii mambo. This is business. And these people do not exist to make anybody rich. Don't be cheated, these people exist to make you rich. They are making money. Yenye wanapatia watu is not even a percentage of what they make. They make a lot of money. But this is, God has defined and God has instituted reward. Every reward we receive in life to be as a result of work. He says, you work and you shall eat. It is ungodly, it is reversing the patterns of God when we rely on luck or chance as a means for reward. Wewe ni kutuma na kubahatisha. Na tuna gambling mingi Kenya, sio SportPesa pekee. There are so many. And many others. So we have Christians who can work anywhere, in any company, in any place, and godly, as long as they are making money. We have Christians who can do any job. A lot of the online jobs we do today, many of them, hakuna tofauti na kukalia mtu exam na kulipe. There's no difference. We do a lot of assignments for people, they pay us, they collect in their name, but we've done it for them. As long as we make money. And making money itself does not justify the fact that we are in need of money. The end does not justify the means. So that we are so caught in some of these things, and the Bible says it is the root of all kinds of evil. Because with it comes greed and the quest for more and more and more. And the Bible says because of this many are wandering away from the faith. When you begin doing things that are against the will of God, they begin to actually blind you, to wane, to shusha your convictions. And when your convictions begin to be challenged, you know, when you are messing in one area of your life and you are not living in the will of God, it has the capacity to begin dropping into the other areas. And the Bible says that is how people are wandering away and away and away from the faith. In one area that they are not ready to live for God because they cannot let go of this money. And they are not, some even know it's not godly. Mwizo nafanya job gani mimi msa online, lakini ukienda kwa details hawezi kuambia Kenya nafanya. Because they know how they are making their money. It adds no sorrow. Ecclesiastes 5:10 tells us, he who loves money, yule mwenye anapenda pesa, he who loves money will not be satisfied with money. There is a bigger thing you're looking for there. It's not even money. Because it will always be more. It will never be enough. And it says, he who loves wealth will never be satisfied with his income. He will always want a better and a better and a better and a better. and more. Today we have even people who are earning 6 figures, 7 figures, but they will never be satisfied with their salary. They are actually stealing more, 10 times more than their salary. And they are still not satisfied. Because the problem is not just money. There is a deeper problem. And the Bible says you will never be satisfied. If you can do anything to get money, whether it's consistent with your faith or not, that's a person that will surrender to the will of God. And we have so many of us that are doing businesses, making money in many ways that are not consistent with the truth. Proverbs 13:11 inatuambia, wealth gained hastily. Pesa inakuja mbio mbio, inapoteaka pia mbio mbio. Pesa inakuja ya bure mbio mbio hii. Pesa ya mbio inashaka mbio. Do you wonder how comes mtu anashinda jackpot 20 million na inaisha yote na ajui penye imeenda? Siku hizi wanasema wacha tu mtu akiwin jackpot tumkalishe chini seminar tumfuze investment. Hiyo wakati mtu akiliaga yuko kwa investment. You know, unajua ile kitu unawakia pole pole, you grow, you are growing the capacity to actually appreciate growth. The more you grow, the more you appreciate the process. It takes process. You learn how to lose and gain. You learn patience. You make mistakes, you learn from them. You see growth happening, you appreciate. By the time you are making that big money, it's a process, you appreciate it. Why is it that 90% ya watu wenye wana inheritance from their parents, big money, they end up wasting all of it? African billionaires wakikufanga, wealth yao inaishanga na watoto. They have never worked for it. Na Biblia inasema ile inakujanga mbio, yenye hujawakia, hii ya bure hii ya chance, hii ya luck, ya kubahatisha, hii ya gambling. Inaishanga hivyo. And you wonder you can never even account. Because God has no part with that. And he says, ile inakujanga mbio, these are biblical principles, it's a biblical pattern, and you only need to look at statistics and research to see it is true. God has never ordained our income, our reward, money to come through those quick means, those shortcut methods. And no wonder we are not even able to find value from them. And because of this, it's not only the quest for materialism, the instant gratification, and the search for identity in money. The more I have, the more I feel comfortable and all that. It is not only making us use any means to get money, but it is also sinking some of us into debts, deeper and deeper debts. And one of the crises the church needs to address is especially the rising level of debtness in the church. Preachers today wanakuwa badilisha someone kuacha kuhubiri watu toa panda mbegu and all that. Fundisha watu kuishi maisha yao kujipanga, especially financially, getting out of debt, because even people don't have that which to give because they are in debt and acquiring more and sinking into debt. The manager of Barclays Bank alikuwa anahojiwa. They have begun a loan app. It's called Timiza. Sijui inaitwa Timiza or something. Anasema walianzisha within 2 weeks they had 2,000 active users. Within 2 weeks. Anasema hatujawahi realize hiyo growth in any of our history. Now they are over 500,000. And today we have over 50 loaning apps. With the touch of a button on your phone, you can download an app and in 2 minutes you have a loan. No paperwork, no guarantor, nothing, no processes, no questions. And we have a crisis, and it's getting worse. Some of us seated here, we are tuko kwa mashimo ya madeni. Mashimo, na tunaendelea kuichimba. Unalipa moja wanakupandishia, wanakuambia sasa unaweza chukua mo. And you keep coming. And we need to know the will of God concerning this. As I speak here, chances are 1 in 3 of you. You know, tala na branch is not at the top. 1 in 3 of you are either na tala or branch. Unless unaombanga how do you call the process ya kutoa app kwa simu? Na uninstall immediately. I shared this in Moi and one young man came forward. Na akasema, Pastor, mimi, what you're saying is true, I'm struggling. The man had 6 apps. I'm download mkopo from 6. This is a man, mpaka kona ya Kenya women. So what he's basically doing Amefika point yenye anaomba hapa, kulipa hapa, na anachukua hapa, analipa hapa. And at the end of the day, every month, he's spending close to 5,000 in just paying interest alone. Na kwa sababu yeye ana manage and it is going, he doesn't see the patterns. So yeye ni kuhakikisha tu mwezi moja imepenya ingine, na wanaendelea kumuongezea na anaendelea kupanda. And this is a young man. Kuingia ni rahisi, lakini kutoka ni story nyingine. Kutoka, because you are spending money that you don't have, it's not yours. But you believe it's yours. Wengi hapa tunaogopanga fingerprints zetu kuingia kwa police records. Unajua mtu anaogopanga, unajua ukishikwa fingerprints kishachukuliwa umeingia kwa records, wanajua jamani waishikwa. Many of us fear that. But one of the places where we are leaving our fingerprints over and over is in this. We are leaving our financial fingerprints everywhere. Here, Tala, Branch, and all the other 50, everywhere. And 80% of our loans have nothing to do with even adding value. It's consumables. When something arises, the first thing is loan. Kitu kitokea, the first thing is instant. We want instant gratification. Waiting, no. Losing out, no. The Credit Reference Bureau, some of us know it clearly as CRB. CRB inasema 3 years ago ilikuwa na 150,000 loan defaulters. And within this period of 3 years, ndio hizi apps zimeongezeka. Sasa imeshoot from 150,000 to 500,000. 500,000. These are not just statistics, these are people. Kenya, and many of us are university students, many of them. Wamechukua mingi, wameshindwa kulipa, now they are listed, they are defaulters. And Kenya is going to a point where with that defaulting, you will never access even many services. Hizi hata Nairobi kuna landlords wanataka kujua kama uko CRB ama uyuko before uingie kwa nyumba yako. And you have to still know how to get yourself out of there. And many of us are caught in these patterns of borrowing to pay, and therefore even get deeper into them. And coming out is something different. I want us to read 1 Timothy 6, verse 7 to 10, very quickly. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 7 to 10. The Bible tells us in 1 Timothy chapter 6, from verse 7 to 10, I will begin from... Now, there is great gain in godliness with contentment. One of the number one financial principles we need as a church is contentment. Contentment. He says there is great gain, not just being a godly person, a prayerful person, a person who reads the word, a person who loves God, a person who has good character, but contentment. You can have all those acts of godliness, but hautosheki. You are chasing after things that you don't need. You even don't think, even before, some are even unnecessary. And it continues to say that godliness with contentment is of great gain, for we brought nothing into the world, and we cannot take anything out of this world. The Bible continues to say, but if we have food and clothing, with this we will be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into the ruin and destruction. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many things, many miseries, many pangs. Matthew 6:21 tells us, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Sangine tuna reverse, tunasema where your heart is, your treasure will be. How you deal with your money, how you use your money, how you make your money reveals your real priorities. It reveals your real values. It reveals your real convictions. It reveals how you make. Sahi hata Kenya to work in these county governments, to work in procurement offices, to work in some of these places. Convictions are tested more than ever before, and many are failing. Our attitude to money indicates our true attitude to God. Your attitude to money indicates your true attitude to God Himself. If our attitude to God is right, then our attitude to money will also be right. And one of the places we need to begin from is understanding, acknowledging that God is the source of all that we have. We are just stewards. We are stewards. If all of us in this hall believed, if all of us listening to this voice truly believe that everything that I have, my abilities, my skills, my knowledge, I may have worked hard, I may have learned that thing very hard, and I can use it to make money. If you truly believe that ability you have, that skill you have, you are just a steward over that which God has given you. You will use it differently. If you believe every money you have in your pocket is God's money and you are just a steward, you will use it differently. You are not the owner, you are a manager who will be accountable. You will use it differently. How you use your skills, how you use your talent, how you use your means to get money. You are just a steward. I gave this example. Kuna pastor church aliambia members wake, nataka utoe wallet. Inua tu wallet tu. Inua wallet tu. Now as a matter of trust, nataka uchukue wallet yako upende iba wako. Akapass on to na neighbor kupe yake. Akasema now I want to take an offering. Kila mtu wallet umeshikilia, I want you to give as you have always wanted to give. As unaona umekuwa ukidesire mimi nataka kutolea Mungu pesa mingi. Kwa wallet, do you realize it is easy for you to give as much as you want from somebody else's wallet? Hapo unaweza toa tao, uweke mabeshi kwa wallet yako. Kwa sababu unafikiri hii sio yangu. Now, God wants us to reach to a level where we can treat money, our abilities that way. Hii sio yangu, hii ni ya Mungu. How much God do you want me to give? Where do you want me to use this? How do you want me to use these abilities you've given me? How do you want me to use them? Is it in sport pesa? Is it in plagiarism? Is it in all these things? Is it in piracy? How do you want me to? If all of us will truly believe we are stewards, how we use our abilities, how we spend our resources will be different. The things we run for, the things we chase for. How do you want me, Lord? Do you want me to have this or not this? If we were guided by those principles. So our attitude towards our abilities and our money in regard to God, if that one is right, that is the beginning point. But many of us believe me, when you work hard in talent, I can use it how I want, I can make my money how I want, I can spend it how I want, even on things that we do not really need, that are not necessary. Jesus in his teachings talked more about money than any other thing. His parables. You will live your life in search of money more than any other thing. Money is at the center. Money is not something that is less important in our lives. It's very important. Statistics are also showing us the number one problem, the number one issue, even in marriages, is money. Kuna watu hapa wamekosana, walikuwa mabeshi hata waongeleshani kwa sababu ya pesa. Mambo ya pesa inakosanisha hata watu very bad. Big time. Money. And the number one thing I want us to know, especially today, is that more important than how we spend our money is how we make it. And God wants to challenge some of us. How we make our money is more important. If the way we used to make our money is wrong, then that is not, you cannot say this is God's means to provide for me. Kuna watu hapa wanakuambia honestly, mimi madhe amenisomesha kwa kuuza chana. And that is the only thing she could do to take you to school. That does not mean Mungu alitumia chana kukusomesha. It doesn't. The fact that you're making money does not justify that I am in need and this is the only opportunity I have. God is calling for people who can say, I would rather have nothing than compromise. To make money anyway, through any means that is available. So we have even in church, ladies that have sponsors, they may not be having sex, but those are sponsors. So kuna kulipia rent, wa food, wa photocopy notes, some of them. So unapiganga simu yaje, tokens imeisha. And it's the same thing. So our values have been watered down. Our values are being watered down. And how we make our money, some of us lie. Kumbuka jamaa mwingine campus alikuwa anafanya na bank, alienda kuchukua kazi ya agency ya kufungua accounts. Alikuwa anaambia kila account unafungua mtu akideposit 5 so sijui anampea percentage gani. Jamaa alikuja campus akachukua mabeshte zake wote. Wanaenda wanafungua account na maidi zao wanaweka 5 so akitoa, wanaweka kwa account mkitoa, wanaweka. And they are making money. Good money. How we make our money? Are we genuine? God is challenging us that one of the things we need to look clearly is that one. And as Paul has said in Romans 12, which begins by number 1, submitting yourself to God. Submission is seen in the point that you can say no to anything, any opportunity, no matter how rewarding it is, no matter how much you receive from it. If it is not God's, you are ready to say no. It begins from there. How many of us can be able to shut those accounts, close those betting, work to get out of those unnecessary debts and those cycles? It begins from there. Submission in His will. And number two, thinking God's way. Thinking God's way about possession. Thinking God's way about identity. Thinking God's way about everything that you are craving for and every need that you have. It begins there. It begins there. And it will change the way we handle our finances. So number one is we need to get that clear, how we make our money. The second one, we need to learn to live below our income. We need to learn to live below our income. Kanisa, we will never give if we never live below our income. We will never even have anything to give. You will only be giving pocket change. You will never save if you are not learning to live below your income. You will never invest. One of the things we need to encourage young men is investments. We need to also, it is God's will that we also grow. We also grow. One of the means of growing is investing. We will never even find that opportunity. And today less and less of us can even invest in opportunities. Because we have nothing. Even when opportunities are there and they are open, you can't invest. Saving is becoming a lost art. Inafikanga ikiingianga yote. And living below our income, this problem is not a knowledge problem. It's not that we do not know. It is a behavior problem. It is a disciplined life. And we do not do these things not because we don't know, but because it will cost us a discipline. It will cost us patience. It will cost us contentment. That's why contentment is one of the greatest needs that we need to bring back, especially in the church, and live it out. Especially in our day-to-day. And some of us tunatakanga to suffer consequences ndio tujue hii kitu iko na madhara. That's when we will change. And some of us hata nyumba umefungiwa, umelala njaa, not because you don't have money, but because of how you use money, how you spend. I started with a young man, amepokea help over 15,000 inaisha within 1 week. Na semester ndio imeanza bwana. Because it's this and this and we are led by emotions, as in we buy things emotionally. Hata hii ni poa beba, hata hii ni poa beba. Pesa ni kai natuchomanga by the way. Kibwa kwa mfuko. And we can never even get out of debt if we don't live below our income. The very first thing that got us there was because we are living above. Godliness with contentment. The number one financial principle we need to bring back to the church. We buy things we don't need with money we don't have to impress people who do not even care. And we have a lot of those things with us. You thought it is important until you acquired it, and it is no longer important. You are now chasing after another one until you acquire it, you feel no mwingine. Because your identity is in things. So phone, nguo, nini, uko na mingi, but something tells you no, something more. And we listen to people. Squeeze hata mmeona tu 15 minutes, mnataka mchukue loan, the first thing is gari. And we have people who today want to in 1 year wafike position yenye wazazi wao wamefika in 30 years. They want to be there overnight. Patience. So unaambiwa take now, pay later. And we have young men who have had their cars repossessed because they cannot be able to afford it. And they had begun paying. Things happen. So I get the idea, if I want something, I'd rather save enough until I buy it. It's take it, doesn't get never die. So the quest for materialism is even destroying marriages today. We have parents who are absent, they are never at home. They are out there climbing the success ladder, the financial ladder, in the name of I want to make a good future for my children, chasing one opportunity after another. They are never there for their children. The home is falling apart. The very people you're working very hard for will never even be there. And by the time you bring it home, it will be squandered because they have never known value. They have never received. Research shows that the number one, the most important, the crucial, significant person in a child's life is the father. He's more influential than the media. He's more influential even than pornography and many other things that are influencing our society. But a lot of people are growing with bitterness, are growing with wrong views, are growing with vitu wamejiambia. Because the father has never been there at home. Busy chasing one opportunity after another, akisema hii ndio ya mwisho, hii ndio ya mwisho, nakuja home, hii ndio ya mwisho, na haijawahi kuwa ya mwisho. Because the thing they are chasing for is not money, it's greed. It's never, the Bible says you will never be satisfied with money, you will never be satisfied with your income. You will always be clinging on anything. And people are sacrificing relationships, sacrificing marriages, sacrificing calls, the calling of God, because of this love of money. And the quest is destroying very many people. And many of the things we are chasing for, many of the things we don't even need. We don't even need them. So unakimbia nyumba inalipa 100,000, unashika gari yenye unalipia mortgage, unashika. Now you have to work hard to service all these things that you did not need in the first place. So you're working hard to maintain a life that is above your income. And people are in a rat race, one after another, or they will be possessed because you want to maintain a life to be as good as others. And greed is taking over. Greed is taking over many people. Unashangaa hata billionaires, kuna watu Kenya tumejua ni billionaires na wanakuwa declared bankrupt. Na wakisha declared bankrupt unasikia maloni zenye wako nazo. We hear of them. How do they climb there? Debts. Because you spend money even before you have it. It's not yours. The fact that you have to go into debt to get something is a clear sign that you cannot afford that thing. I'm not saying debt is not necessary. There are instances where you will need to go into debt. Wengi wetu tuko shule kwa sababu ya help, hiyo ni deni utalipa. And there are instances where you have to go into debt. It is justifiable and all that. But the crisis we are facing today, mabeshte wanaenda help mimi siezi out, tano. Ako kadress ni kasmart, tano. So you find that the crisis we have today is that. Because our joy, it does not come from who we are, but what we have. And we are chasing from one to another. We are being talked by friends to do things we don't want to do. Debt is being marketed today. Daily. Sai inakuwa marketed. And many of us are believing we cannot acquire anything unless we borrow. To live without debt today requires a new way of thinking. Kama wewe mfano umeanza kuwaka kama mwalimu wa biology na unalipwa 15,000. See, that is the standard amount across board. Let's say you're being paid 15,000. Kama huwezi lipa rent, kama una struggle financially, is it your employer mwenye anakulipa pesa kidogo ama ni wewe unaishi above your means? It's the other way around. So kuliko kulia nalipa pesa kidogo na it is you who is living above your pesa yenye unapewa, which is the standard amount. Because we have been told for you to be significant, for you to have an identity, you have to live this kind of life. So you paint a life before people that is not true to who you truly are, and struggle to maintain that status that you have actually set. And if we live below our income, we will always have enough to give, to save, to invest, and we will even be able to get out of some of these traps. And we need to start going to the right direction. I want to challenge those of us who are in debts here. Kaa chini, andika all the debts that you owe. Andika chini, you'll be surprised. Wengine hata wajui pesa ngapi wana service every month. It's just here and here and here. We never even take stock. You'll be surprised. Anza pole. Trust God to be able to deal. Instead of kuongeza, quit borrowing anymore. Just say, series, cycle, patterns like kuendelea nayo. Quit and begin with the smallest and trust God to journey. It's possible to get out of that. But it comes with a determination. It comes with a determination. The Bible contains many warnings against debt. Many. Hata Proverbs 22:7 inasema ukikopa wewe ni slave kwa mwenye amekukopesha. Psalms 15 verse 5 no wonder inasema kama if even in the church we are going to give people bonds, it must be interest free. That is the godly way of so that you are not enslaved to somebody. The Bible teaches us that it is wrong not to repay debts. It is wrong. In Psalms 37:21, Biblia inasema it is a wicked person who borrows and does not repay. It is wrong. The Bible calls you wicked if you take debts and you don't repay. Every believer has an obligation to pay all your creditors to the best of your ability. So unaomba beshte yako hapa kwa fellowship pesa, alafu sasa ukikutana naye kesho unabieva asifa hauna kitu yake hata chochote, aongee kuhusu hiyo story, it is bringing even strains. Ukimwona anakujia hapo unapotea na huku. And sometimes even things happen. We have even maybe thought we can be able to give back and things happen. And it's straining even our relationship because we are not ready to even talk and even commit and even request for more opportunities to be able to settle. Some of us, here daily, is our quickest way to run out of opportunities where we could have otherwise even trusted God for provision. And some of us are being robbed of opportunities to grow our faith by, number one, trusting God for providence. God does not provide for us through debts. So that, provision, you wait upon God, you trust Him. When He provides where I will go to the other person and talk about it, that's when you actually know God as a provider. When will you know God as a provider? When in every instance of need, the first thing is debt. Because God provides. We have stories and miracles of how God provides. When will you grow your faith to know the providence of God? When you do not trust Him to provide for you. Because you believe I can always provide for myself, let me accumulate more and more. I know how to best provide for myself. And that is not God's pattern. Philippians 4:19 tells us He is able to meet all our needs according to His riches in glory through Christ Jesus. And His riches are abundant. They are abundant. They are many. In summary, I also want to challenge us to learn to budget. Learn to budget. Hautapata verse kwa Biblia inasema thou shall budget, but this is a very good discipline that can help us. The day you begin giving every coin, every shilling that passes through your hand a name, the day you begin, budgeting is essentially giving it a name. Nimepokea hii na nimefanyia hii. Some of you will save on your wastages. Because you waste a lot of money without even knowing. There is no record. The day you put it down on paper and begin seeing actually how you spend, how you will save on many wastages. And some of you will even be surprised at the amount of money that goes through your hands. A lot. It will do a lot if you are able to see it clearly. Many people save on wastages the day they begin putting it down on records. But that's a discipline. That's a discipline. That's a discipline. The Bible even encourages saving. Proverbs 21:20. Inasema, a wise man will always store up. Will always save. But it is a fool mwenye anakula kila kitu. Kila kitu. Hand to mouth. Hand to mouth. It encourages saving. Some of us, after tukipata job, salary ikiingirisiwa, the first thing you increase is your living standards to meet your salary. So, up and up. Not that nyumba ulikuwa unaishi, gari ulikuwa nayo, maisha ulikuwa unaishi ilikuwa na shida, not that kupanda. And it's a wrong way of thinking. It's a wrong way of thinking. And lastly, I want to also encourage us to be givers. Givers. One of the things and the best way to deal with greed, if there is an effective way to deal with greed, is through giving. It's through giving. And to give, support even people around you who are in need. Give to God. You can give in many ways. Giving helps you to overcome the control of money. It's not easy. You take out and give and give and give. You are telling yourself it's not just about me, myself, and I. You also have other people in mind. You support others. When you don't make giving part of your life, you find you are actually possessed by money and money and money. Giving is the constant reminder that God gives us to know that ownership belongs to Him. It is reminding us again and again, we are just managers. We are not owners. We are just managers. We are just managers. And God is challenging us. I want us to go before the Lord in prayer. Our time is gone. And I want you to just, we can stand on our feet. Let's stand on our feet.